Alrighty, Lunar, Eternal Blue. Alright, so, it's Lunar Eternal Blue. Again, it's one of my favorite games. I played it both on the Sega CD and on the PlayStation natively on both consoles. I absolutely loved it. Uh, but now the original on the Sega CD I thought was very, very good. Uh, and I gotta say that some aspects of the Sega CD I like actually more than on the PlayStation because while the PlayStation has vibrant, high-resolution graphics, it has very well animated cutscenes and everything, pretty much to the same level as the first game. I would have to say that I don't like how they handled uh, some of the cutscenes. They changed a few of them again, like in the beginning. You have it's the same game, of course. It's just updated and everything, right? But in the scene where you have Lucia, it's kind of zooming in onto what I believe is uh, the Blue Star. I believe this is the Blue Star where her ice castle is, or whatever it is. Um, I liked it especially in the Sega CD version because of how the main adversary of the game, Zophar, was portrayed. Uh, I thought, well, not necessarily how he was portrayed outright, but just the symbolism of what was going on in her sort of prophetic vision, like how you know, like the steadily thumping, beating heart that was kind of booming out of the background, and how some disgruntled reptilian monstrous hands kind of come out and kind of clutch onto the planet, the blue Lunar itself, and just kind of dig its claws into it and just kind of rip it open with blood spraying everywhere. I thought the that symbolism was very powerful. I thought, and I thought that it was done a lot better than what was done in this cutscene here. Again, pretty much she just sees what's happening honestly on Lunar with a few cuts to the face of Zophar, right? I mean, again, it reveals what Zophar is too early in the game, if you ask me. But other than that, I don't think they messed up any continuity necessarily in this game compared to the last game. As I was saying, the problem that they developed with Nash. But again, now Lucia, she pretty much plays the same role as Luna. She's the main woman of the story, and again, she's mystical. I don't even know what to call her again. It's like she's like an alien, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what she is honestly. I don't know if she's like some kind of liaison or some kind of servant of Althena or something. To me, again, I played through the game, right? I played through the game. I watched everything. I uploaded it. I did it twice because I did it all on VHS. I had to play it back to encode it. I watched everything, and I still got it. I got to tell you, I still don't necessarily know exactly what she is. Uh, all I know is that she kind of starts off as like a Vulcan or something, and then this character Hero kind of just makes her warm up to human society, human emotions, and human civilization. But now, again, I guess the game's premise and the plot is essentially the same. I mean, you're pretty much the exact same character. You're a young adventurous type with a little flying cat as your friend there. Uh, yeah, you're this character named Hero, and Ruby, I think, is the name. It's pretty much just a palette swapped animation of Null. But again, you kind of get around it. They have their own personalities to match, and again, the voice acting is very, very good. I really liked it. So you seem to you start off this. You're still on Lunar, I'm certain, and this is I think several hundred years in the future compared to the last game. Um, so I don't know if there's been like some kind of well, I guess you're just in a different part of the planet or something, but you go back and visit the same parts of the original game. So again, it's kind of like an expansion set in that way, sort of like Knights of the Old Republic 2. Um, oh, well, you heal at the statue. I'm not sure. Yeah, you healed at the statues in the first game. I'm sure of it. I gotta say, I like the soundtrack a lot in this game, and I'm really glad that they kept a lot of the original songs uh, from the Sega CD version. Now, this is one thing that I'll say. The PlayStation version of the first Lunar game was a big, big step up from the Sega CD version. I said the PlayStation was a big step up from the Sega CD. Yep. Uh, so simply because the Sega CD, when it was released, or the game was released on Sega CD, it it was released earlier on in its life. I think like 1992 or 1993. And at that point, CD games were just coming over the horizon still. I know they had been around for several years with the TurboGrafx CD and on some PCs, but again, they were still kind of working out the kinks. Again, it was very cartridge-like. It was almost shovelware, the first game. I mean, it had a great soundtrack and everything, and the few cutscenes that did exist were very well done. But I mean, it had like 15 minutes of voiced dialogue or even cutscenes. I'm not even sure if they were actually in cutscenes or if they were just in the game world using the game engine. But so that was a big step up from the first game going over to the PlayStation. However, this version on the PlayStation, as I said, it's got vibrant high resolution graphics. But again, the Sega CD version of this game came out very late into the Sega CD's lifespan, so by that fact, the developers and the designers and the animators were able to fully maximize the capabilities of the Sega CD. And believe me, it absolutely shows. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference other than I'd say a higher color bit rate and maybe a few more textures and details on the PlayStation version compared to the Sega CD, where as with the first game it was an enormous overhaul. But again, they uh, did they have portraits that changed to emotions back in the first game, or the Eternal Blue on the Sega CD? I can't even remember honestly. But no, yeah, to tell you the truth, it's not that big of an improvement over the first one. I mean, it's sort of like going from the N64 to the GameCube again. It was not that big of an improvement, right? Uh, but yeah, no, so you start off as this hero character, and you live with your grandpa Gwyn in the desert. Uh, I'm not even sure necessarily. I got lost so many times in this game, honestly. Like, I mean, you can't use the white dragon wings only warp you out of a dungeon. I mean, what the fuck is that, right? So, of course, you have to waste your time fucking either walking everywhere, which, believe me, is a goddamn fucking pain in the ass. It throws a wrench in the whole fucking game. And that's when this game kind of feels like it's kind of tethering you around, honestly. Uh, and again, later on, you can use the dragon ship Destiny that's acquired from Leo, who I honestly thought should have played a bigger role in this game. That's something that they should have updated in this second game here, like what they did with Luna in the first game. They should have given Leo a much larger role in this version. Because I mean, again, sometimes this is jumping ahead again, far ahead into the game, but he's only with you like a few sparse times throughout the game, and half the time of that time he kind of calls himself Myster or whatever. So I mean, again, he should have been a main playable character, if you ask me, which was kind of a piss off. Um, there was really no reason not to have him again. It would be great to have another like good strong fighter other than Alex, right? Because I mean, I don't think there is another fighter. Uh, there was what Ron Farr, then there was Lemia, not Lamina, or maybe it's Lamina, and then uh, there was Lucia again, who was a dead weight on your party. Like, of course, you start off the game, you go and find Lucia. She kind of descends from the heavens into the blue spire, and you find her, and she's got goddess-like powers and everything. I guess it doesn't really matter, but and then of course what else could happen other than Zophar, you know, Deus Ex Machina's her powers away, right? I don't know, because all of a sudden he's more powerful. It's like, I guess she didn't realize that the dark side was so strong or something. But, so, yeah, you're kind of, there's the Dragon Ship Destiny there. I'm just watching through my videos right now. No, this game, and I guess the other game too. I play it for the story. I play even RPGs like this. I play for the story, right? And again, since I'm recording this and uploading it to my channel, I do not have uh, an endless amount of time to grind the levels and everything. And you know what? Honestly, if I did actually need to grind levels, I'd probably record it all and upload it anyways, right? Because I like filling up tapes, right? I like having content to post, regardless of whether or not it's boring or interesting. But so yeah, in this game and the last game, I utilized. I played it on an emulator, of course. That's that's extremely obvious. The reason is that I actually started playing the game Lunar, the Silver Star Story Complete, on my actual PlayStation. But the unfortunate aspect of that was that I don't know what's wrong with my PlayStation. I don't know if it needs like a new laser or a tweaking or a cleaning or whatever. But the cutscenes, the animated cutscenes, which again I would say are a mainstay of the series, they're beautiful and everything. But the thing is, I don't know, it just kept on continually skipping throughout the cutscenes, and it would have ruined the entire presentation of it. And I wasn't going to steal footage from other sites and everything. I wanted all this to be, the footage that I got while I was playing it. So unfortunately, I had to play it on an emulator, which again, I guess is for the best. I mean, you can have save states and everything, and the save feature in this game. I don't know if this is something that Working Designs did or something. I think they might have tweaked it so that you could save actually more often, but still, like using memory points to be able to save your game. I think it's so counterintuitive, and it's just it gives you just another reason to just keep grinding on battles and everything because, and I mean, the further you get into the game, the more battles you need to fight because, I mean, you can be spending several hundreds of your memory points to save your game, right? I mean, like saving your game is important, right? I mean, this isn't like the late 1980s anymore. Like we don't have passwords or anything like that. It's like we have, onboard uh, SRAM. I know SRAMs with batteries. I guess NVRAM. Is that what the PlayStation has? I know that's what the Panasonic 3DO has. Uh, but again, it's like, why would you penalize your players for simply doing something that every player would normally do, which is save their game, right? I mean, it just that aspect just made no sense to me, right? So yeah, that was a giant piss off if you ask me. Uh, I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they could have worked around it or anything, or maybe it was something that was so sort of hardwired into the programming. I don't know, right? Again, this game still continues to utilize the visible enemies in the dungeon environments, which again is useful if you kind of don't want to fight or you just kind of want to run through a dungeon that you've already been in, which believe me you will several times, especially in the holy city of Pentagoulia when you're trying to get all your characters back. Um, but yeah, no. Again, I don't know. Yeah, your grandpa Gwyn. Of course he's not supposed to be a main character, right? So even if you try and level him up, he'll only get better marginally, which again I think is a giant piss off, right? Because I mean there are some pretty tough battles. Um, Even earlier on in this game, like against the guardians of the Blue Spire, that I thought having a higher level character like your grandpa who can heal you might be useful. Um, yeah, so I mean, you get teleported. Like I don't know, like are you on the Blue Star when you first meet Lucia? Like you kind of bust her out of this green gem or something? And why are you are you on the Blue Star? Because I thought she came down to the Blue Star. Like that's what you saw descending from the sky, right? I don't know. Like why did she need Hero to make her to like let her out of the like crystal prison or whatever it was? I don't know, like was it locked from the outside and there wasn't a door handle or something? Uh, I don't know. That never really made sense. I don't know where you were and why you were there, honestly. I don't know why it was so hard to get there during the epilogue of the game. Like, why couldn't you just go right back in there? I don't know, your left and right dragon eyes were missing for whatever reason. And then you teleport back here. So again, it's like, and it's like above there's like a planet, there's like a hologram or something of a planet kind of spinning around. I don't know where you were when you first met her. That was really, really confusing to me, and I still don't know where. And yeah, like it's supposed to. So did you teleport to the planet, to the blue star? I thought she was already down on Lunar. That doesn't make any sense. Like, am I getting this wrong? Like, I don't even know. This was to me. I don't know. They were only talking about her. It's like, is she the destroyer or something? I mean, it's like, to be honest, sometimes I don't know. This may be oversimplifying it, but everybody thinks that Lucia could be the destroyer or something, and I guess there would be a little bit of ambivalence or untrusting feelings towards her in the beginning, but again, to me it becomes very, very obvious to anybody that this person could not be a world destroyer, because if they had that amount of power, they could just obliterate the entire planet immediately, instead of get their ass handed to them by a disembodied voice, you know just standing there on a damn bridge. uh, but no, that again, giant fucking piss off, right? Like, you have a great powerful character, and then she not only gets her powers taken away, but she's completely useless. You cannot even control her throughout the vast majority of the game. In fact, I don't think you're ever able to control her. um, what a pity. I will not allow you to destroy this world. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like where are you? It's like you seem to be in like this purplish void or something. And then it's like, does anybody else see what's happening? I can't, too strong. The dark side. Whatever. Um, yeah, you could be crushed like a helpless little bug. Well, why don't you fucking do it? It's like, take the advice of Tuco from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. If you're gonna shoot, shoot. Don't talk, right? I mean, of course, it'll just end. It'll lead right up to your downfall, which it inevitably does if you end up completing the game, right? So again, I have no idea, honestly. And Leo is a jackass. Honestly, he's a jackass throughout most of the game. And again, he is so stupid. Like, I don't know if this is purposeful or something, but for a guy who's like so experienced and so intelligent and such a strategist, and he's the head of Althena's guard and everything, he's really fucking stupid, and he immediately jumps to retarded conclusions, right? So, I mean, that kind of takes a lot of credibility away from old Mr. Leo. So, uh, again, he kind of has the goofy little horn coming out of his head. I don't know if he's like part unicorn or whatever. Uh, he has a sister who Ronfar has the hots for, and I don't know, she's like possessed by some facet of Zophar. I don't know. I think she drank the blood of Zophar, and I think, what, blood of Zophar? It's like, oh, oh no, that's right. Fuck. I'm thinking about Zophar again. This is jumping so far ahead into the game, but again, one thing that pisses me off, especially about early Japanese RPGs, and I'm very, very surprised that Lunar Eternal Blue did this, is the fact that um, they focus on the fact that Zophar is in fact an ethereal sort of entity that is based solely on human anger and hatred, right? I mean, he's like, I am based on the evil that rests in all human souls. I can never be truly defeated. And I think, fuck. Like, I swear to God, I've heard that before in Dragon Slayer on the Turbo Duo. I swear to God, I've heard that before on Cosmic Fantasy 2. Again, the Cosmic Fantasy 2 is also localized by Working Designs, right? So, I mean, again, that's such an overused old trope of role-playing games. I mean, that I was just like, really? Honestly? Seriously? Come right the fuck on. Like, that was ridiculous, if you ask me. Um, To me, that made no sense, right? Uh, to have it boiled down to something so stupid and simple, right? So I mean, it's like honestly, if he can never be truly defeated, why was he defeated, right? Because I mean, he so honestly, completely was, right? I don't know. Uh, yeah, it seems that a lot of this game is kind of set in a sort of desert environment, so everybody kind of dresses like that in robes and everything. But then, of course, um, I'm at the point here where you meet Ron Farr here. He's not only is he a priest, but he's a rambling, gambling priest, right? He likes the women and he likes the booze, but he's a priest. How could he be a priest? Oh my God, those are two different frontiers of personality, I don't know. Uh, Ron Farr actually kind of looks pretty goofy, honestly, if you ask me. But I'll say this again: at least he looks different, right? Ron Farr, he has a different facial structure and everything than most other uh, characters in this series. As I said, I attacked the original and again this one for especially the women looking almost exactly alike. But I would say that Kyle and Ron Farr again, they look different, right? They look different. You wouldn't. It's not like you could just swap their hair and say, oh yeah, that's the same character, right? I don't know. Maybe he was drawn by a different animator. But again, it seems that in this world, religion is corrupt. Big surprise there, huh? But so I think it's strange how again, yeah, jumping so far ahead into the game. Again, I'm watching this. I'm maybe 40 minutes into my second video here, and you're talking to in this town called Larpa. You're talking to the priests there, and I think it's funny how oh, now you have to pay to get healed at the statue of Althena, which is fucking lame. Um, so you don't have to pay to go to church for God's sakes. Well, to the Church of Scientology, I guess. Mm, maybe the Mormons or something. I don't know. But one thing I would say is that if Althena had been reincarnated as Luna and she decided to live out her life as Luna and then actually died and then for 500 years has not been present in the world, how are you still being healed by Althena, right? I mean, like, are there fucking batteries, like celestial batteries inside these little statues that you walk up to and everything? That again, it's never explained. Like there's no goddess and there's no magical order in the world, and yet there's still magic, right? Uh, I don't fucking know. There seems to be like Vane has come crashing to the ground. They've built Neo Vane and everything with this guy named Borgin. I think it's funny how Borgin doesn't have any animated sequences. I mean, everybody else does. Like every other like main character has animated sequences except Borgin, and I am very certain that Borgin had an animated sequence in the original Sega CD version. So I have no idea why they cut that out. In fact, uh, in at the end of the game when you listen to the outtakes, I think that there are snippets of the whoever voice acted as Borgin, and I think honestly that content was cut. So I don't know why they did that. And I thought it was funny. They say that Borgin was one of the worst students I've ever had in Vane, and all of his power was based off the Black Dragon gem or something. I think. I thought if that were the case and he has no magical power, then wouldn't he have not been a student at all in Vane because they didn't allow people without fucking magic in there? Uh, or was that in just this game, right? And again, I think like you try to get into Neo Vane or something, and then like only certain people are allowed through, like uh, Lemia, and I don't know if Lucia's with you at that point. I don't know. It's like people, several of your party members, just get thrown down into this dungeon or like the original trial cave of the original Vane, and I think, oh, it's because they don't have magic, and I think, what the fuck are you talking about? Everybody has magic. Everybody has magic. Ron Farr is your fucking healing guy, right? Of course he has fucking magic. If I don't know if he's just like pumping you full of morphine or something, but it's like he has magic, and so does Hero. That's why he can like swing his sword so hard and fast and like send fireballs with it and everything. It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? No, it's like you got all of your guys have magic, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know why. I don't know. It's like some characters would be let through and some characters wouldn't. Oh yeah, Jen, Jen. I can't remember her name, but she's like the carnival lady who started off as like uh, as a kid who was taken in by this like martial arts expert, Master Lun or something, and turns out that he's the head of the Black Dragon cult or something. I think that's called the Black Shadow, the Black Shadow cult or something. I don't know, but again, it's like when the first time you see, the masked master of the Black Shadow cult or the Dark Shadow cult or whatever the fuck it is. I'll just call it the cult from now on. The first time you see him, you can basically say that's Master Lun. It's hilariously obvious at this point. Um, well, no, not even at that point. It's just immediately obvious. I mean, they you'd have to have a you have to be an idiot not to know it. Uh, so I don't know. One thing I've been noticing is that sometimes my character. I also used a cheat so that I wouldn't be attacked but I wouldn't get into random battles. And so when I was playing it, my character was kind of flickering on and off. It sort of had a transparent effect, right? Uh, but now it seems that whenever I recorded it, even though it was again a direct recording, right? It, it like my character just disappears off the screen, and I don't know if it's like a refresh rate problem or the hertz cycle or whatever it is. I just don't know honestly. I don't know. But again, it's like Ronfar. He heals Lucia, quote unquote. Uh, yeah, but and then the thing is that she's still useless, right? So that's a giant waste of time. And I find it funny how Leo's in the fucking next room through, and all that's stopping him is a door, right? And you're just a wall away from him. There's like Lucia crying out and everything, and Ronfar saying it's like, "Don't worry, I can heal her" and shit like that. Then of course fucking Leo's jacking off or fucking twiddling his thumbs or something. I don't know. Um, But yeah, I think it's hilarious how Lucia, she knows so much and everything, and, yells at Hero, "Oh, you don't understand at all," blah, or something. And I think it's like you are so useless, you are so enfeebled, and you just want to fuck off and do everything by yourself. I mean, it's just like you are condemning yourself to an immediate and agonizing death. And I'm just like, yeah, no, nobody in that position would say like, even like again, she only cared about herself and her mission, but it's like she would still say, I can use these people to help me, right? I mean, that's just logic, right? That's not like emotion or anything. That's just logic, right? You know, um, so I don't know. Let's click through a few bit more here. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. I'm going to Pentagoulia, and of course, the enfeebled, sick woman who can just decide to randomly jump off of a little balcony or a little wall and then just walk all the way out there because I don't know, she has, I don't know, like programmer power or something. So, Christ forbid if you could do something like that. But, goddamn, they have ships that just sail on sand. That's really stupid. Uh, Dragon shit Destiny. Yeah, she's a moron. She's basically running right into a trap. She's a fucking moron. So she's really difficult to get behind and not of so much of a likable character in the beginning of the game. Of course, again, she starts, learning more about, being human or something. It's like, again, it's like, if she's not human, what is she? It's like, I don't know. Again, it was never ever explained to me, or at least in a way I could understand just what the hell is going on. But so yeah, now you're on Herpaderpaderp. You're on the Dragon Ship Destiny, and Leo's being a prick, and then you break her out and everything, and then you lock Leo in the cage because he's supposed to be the best, and he's a fucking moron anyways. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna stand in this fucking open prison cell so I can just get my ass locked in there, and there's no way to get me out. It's not like I came in here with a key or something. Fuck. Right? I don't know. It's there are a lot of really lame plot conveniences in this game. Uh, yeah, and again, this game has a lot of location hopping, and you will journey back to the same location several times, right? So, I mean, even at that point, I thought it was still very, very difficult to find my way around here. And I think that it's really, really hilarious that the main thing that was stopping you from getting to like the end of the game at the very beginning was that the wall's just a little too high because you can see that there's a little platform that you can stand on. You know, is the blue spire or the I don't even know if they're like different places or something, if this is Pentagoulia or what. We'll have to go through the Illusion Woods because, I don't know, plot convenience reasons. I don't know. I have no fucking clue, right? So again, yeah, it's like everything is just a connection to another dungeon, right? I said again, I liked the story, right? But I mean, the gameplay itself is just basically an outgrowth of the first game. Uh, And again, it's very, very, very similar. So to me, it's more of an expansion set, like it's sort of like an epilogue to the first Lunar game. Uh, and Ron Farr just happens to know some random fuckbrain in the Illusion Woods. Uh, Pretty much, you're just walking through the forest, and then you hit up the carnival where. Again, I thought it was, is it Jessica or Jennifer or something? I think Jessica's from the first game. But it's like again, it's like if other than Jessica's or I don't even know. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Jean, that's her name. Even though I would think it should be Jeanne because that's the feminine version. And it might not be French or something. I don't know. Fucking So I mean, yeah. So you're here and then you have to fight the Little Shop of Horrors plant, which is again kind of lame. You know, I thought it was hilarious how she's like, wow, I karate chopped a vine or something. That totally stopped it for some reason. I don't know. I didn't think plants could feel pain like that. But I don't know. What is the caravan exactly, Billy? Oh yes. Why do you run from us, Jin? And I think it's like he doesn't even disguise his voice. And it's like, I've heard that voice somewhere before. Could it be like the only other person you've fucking known for so many years throughout your entire fucking life? I mean, you're a fucking doorknob, lady. Jesus Christ. I mean, again, this game is rated teen, but I mean, this animation gets pretty saucy here, right? Uh, da, 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 da. I mean, heroes, yeah, that's not very nice there. Ruby clawing up his face like that. Uh, he's just being a man, right? So I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a different thing here. I'm gonna just speed through my videos and just see what I can talk about here. Yeah, and then everybody's being grabbed. I don't know. There's no musculoskeletal system in any kind of a plant. I mean, even a Venus flytrap only eats flies. It closes its little pincers because of a chemical imbalance that's triggered by sensitive hairs or whatever they are, follicles you'd call them. I don't know. Uh, Again, I think it's hilarious. It's like you start attacking this thing and then it kind of breaks away and then it's sort of like a stripper lady comes out or something. Yeah, Ruby's a little hothead. I don't really like her. She's got a squeaky little voice. Oh yeah, and again, what is this? This little city that you get to right before you need to go through the haunted mansion or whatever, which is just a gigantic smoke screen set up by fucking Lemia or Lamina or whatever the fuck her name is. Takar? Is it Takar? I don't even know. but it's like, again, the only thing that's stopping you from going right to where you need to go is like a closed fence or something. It's fucking ridiculous. Or like there's like a big monster or something. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about what everybody thinks Lucia is, and I think it's like, you're, again, even at this time you're walking around and Lucia is wearing the same clothes and everything. So there's certainly not being incognitus at all. I don't know. These guys stick out like sore thumbs. Uh, so, badoink, 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 badoink. More awkward shit from Lucia in every conversation. And then it's, of course, obviously Lemia. I don't know who else it could be. She fucking sends you off on a wild fucking goose chase to run around, being attacked by fucking wooden fairies and rocks. Real original. What the fuck ever. Again, there's a lot of talking, not nearly as much as in Knights of the Old Republic, but again, you can soak up quite a few minutes in every single town, and I mean, just by reading these little sentences that come up in the little text boxes, that's actually a lot of time to spend doing that sort of thing. Uh, so again, I don't know if there's a person standing in front of it. Oh, you can't come through here. It's just like, fuck you. There's what? You've got a cat that can breathe fire. You've got two guys with swords and everything. Some useless broad for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure we can kick your ass, right? So that was, yeah, it's a gigantic fucking slap in the face that we need to do this shit. I don't know. It's just padding to make the game fucking longer. Oh yeah, Jean is there too, so we could have her break the guy's neck or something. But no, we're good guys, right? Even though we assaulted several guards aboard the dragon ship Destiny, who are, at the very least, yeah, it's right. There are fucking signs everywhere. It's like, if you see these people, they describe you perfectly, and there you are. But then it's like, of course, the guys are like, duh, I'm fucking stupid, right? Maybe it's just not programmed in there. I don't know. I could go either way. But hey, don't waste your time with that fool or something. I don't know. Maybe she's got him like a Jedi mind trick or something. You'll have to go to the haunted manor. How silly of me! How could I have made that mistake? Weird woman, weird woman. Yeah, that's right. Lead you through. Hey, that's. I'm going to take a shortcut because I have programmer power, right? Then you have to fucking journey across this gigantic fucking mountain range and everything. Uh, it's reminiscent of one of the Final Fantasies, like I don't know, where a guy like kung fu fights his master or something. Again, I have not played a lot of the Final Fantasy series, so and there's the manor, right? It's a little shack there. I guess maybe it looked more spectacular in a panoramic view, but yeah, I wish that your inventory wasn't as severely limited as it is in this game. And I think it's like, oh, this is just my magic magic tester machine that you know and I think, okay, so this was a waste of time, right? This was just you fucking around with us, even though we could have died, right? You're a sociopath, you're a bad person, you act like a goofball. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? I don't fucking know. This is fucking stupid at this point. uh Again, I like the music. It's kind of fucking useless, stupid, but whatever. So yeah, I gotta tell you, that haunted manor, that is not very well animated at all. That is an embarrassment, if you ask me. Hop on, it's a magic carpet, you know. And it's like, it's a bit cramped, and I don't know what the fuck happens. She loses control of it, and it's fucking. That would have been so fucking useful. But again, the game has to throw a fucking wrench into everything. Yeah, and then of course, you can't just climb back up the mountain and grab it or anything. That's it. You might as well just walk away. Fuck. This is fucking stupid. Of course, like again, I like the game for the story, but I mean the quirks of the plot, and of course they were present in the original Japanese release, and not simply because of working designs and localization. Although I still like what they did. Again, I think that they do a great job of localizing the games and making them, warming them up to a North American audience, because I think that's absolutely necessary, honestly. I mean, everything is so fucking weird in a lot of Japanese games. And I mean, it's just so hard to understand. It's just like, what, this means nothing to me. Like, how can I get invested in these characters where it's like, I just look at what's going on and I'm just like, this really, realistically has no bearing on anything that I've ever thought of or experienced or imagined, right? So, no, they do a good job of kind of clearing that up. Uh, so again, walking, 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 walking. Then you go to the carnival where you have to do this, that, and this and that. Then there's what, Nota or something like East and West Nota. They want to get people want to get married to like reunite the cities or something. Some stupid fucking crap like that. I don't know. East and West Nota. Biddly 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 boo. Fuck, I spend a lot of time here. Bwahaha. Althena's chosen. The chosen, the chosen. They're sort of like the Los Illuminados from Resident Evil 4, except not nearly as badass and not the Illuminados. But, God, why are all these women in fucking bunny suits? That's weird. And, I would say one thing that I liked about this, which is, again, pisses me off a lot about older RPGs, is that, you know, everything is it's not necessarily menu driven. Like, everything is visual, right? Like, you can see what you're buying and you can equip it at the same time as you buy it, right? Of course, in any other game, right? Like, especially like the old Fantasy Stars, like everything would be text and everything, and you'd have to go into different menus and you'd have to select things just by looking at little abbreviated words, because they could only have so many characters on screen at once. So that's one refinement that I liked about this, and I'm not sure if it was like that in the original, but no, it's little things like that that just make the game that much more intuitive and ergonomic. Uh, and then you cross over the bridge, and oh no, it's fucking Leo again, and fugitives this and fugitives that, and what are we gonna do? Jump off the bridge and die? Because that's what happens to people when they jump off bridges. I saw Saturday Night Fever. Oh no, you're just chased away. Huh. Boy, I bet you beat a hasty retreat there. You're like 30 feet away from the building, right? Nobody seems to know where you are. Uh, but yeah, no. So you run over to your to the only other settlement for miles around. It's not like they wouldn't look for you there, right? Uh, I don't know. There's a bunch of different shit to do at the carnival. I never did any of it, honestly. To me, it was just a waste of time. Even though I said I liked taking up time. Uh, like with battles and just filling up tapes and everything, so I had something to upload. But again, that's I don't know. I lose tolerance for like gambling games very very quickly, right? Plus the music here is so fucking annoying. I don't even want to think about it. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time there. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. So he's got a fucking rocket that's supposed to take you wherever you need to go, even though I think I don't know what happens. Like I don't know if it gets shot with a dragon cannon, but all it does is just reverse the direction of the rocket, right? It doesn't blow you up and kill all your characters, right? Because then that would mean the end of the game. That'd be a neat little joke to play. It's just like, no, that's not how the game ends. Sort of like uh, what is it, Garth, Wayne's World, but oh, don't worry, yeah, because the circus head needs his own image, right? Even though he's not featured in any animated cutscene. But of course, they wouldn't give Borgin an animated cutscene, and he's a central character later on in the game. But whatever. Uh, and then at some point, they redress Lucia and everything, and they're just being women. Uh, oh, that's so goofy. Look at how strange she looks, and she doesn't understand it. Blah. Right? And I think it's funny how in this version both Ronfar and Hero wanted to peek in on what they were doing, but now, Ronfar is just the creep, and now Hero is, of course, the pure, good, straight and clean, goody two shoes character. He's the Karth guy, for God's sakes. He's like, no, no, that's immoral, and still gets fucking blamed for something that he's not at fault for, right? That's a gigantic fucking pain in the ass. Or no, that's a slap in the face, right? So it's like, he tried to do the right thing, but the knee-jerk reaction just kind of hit it where it hurts. All right, everybody, jump on in. Wait, what are you doing? And then I don't know. Oh, yeah, he fucking Hadoukens it, and all it does is just send it into another direction. So you rocket over to this random tower over here, and everybody's fine, right? They're all jettisoned from the craft, right? So I mean, they should have been turned into jello the second they fucking hit the rocky ground. But I don't know. I think it's funny how Lucia's still completely useless, and yet she has the ability to unlock these ancient structures. So I guess she still has that power. Very selective, convenient as well. Not very much so though. Again, now you have. Uh, oh wow! It's got sepia-toned versions of the original cutscenes from the original game. Blargity blurg. Then there's Evil Althena and the grindery, or not the grindery, some kind of weird castle coming out of the ground. And that's not how Galleon looked in the original game. I thought he was the Magic Emperor. What was that? Destruction of Vayne. Where's me? We might not have. I don't know. Maybe we might not have needed to see that. Then I think it's like, who was that? Well, your damn question is going to be answered really, really soon, because out comes Galleon with fucking skin condition, I guess. He's half purple, I guess. I am Galleon. Again, I like the fact how John Truitt. I like the fact how Working Designs has a strong little central core group of voice actors. They're sort of like a family business that way. So you're really used to hearing these voices, and it's sort of like a time with old friends, right? But I gotta say, I'm really glad that Galleon had his redemption, because he again, as I said, he was more of a tragic antagonist. So I'm glad that they clarified that in this game, because sometimes it was kind of hard to realize, but to me, it's like, oh, this reprieve from death was not an accident. I was brought back by Zophar to try and kill you, even though at every step of the way I thwarted all of his other minions by protecting you and attacking them, right? So I think it's like, Zophar, buddy, I think, for your own form of self-preservation, I think you should have gotten rid of this guy a little bit earlier. But hey, that's just idiocy of the main bad guy. What can I say? Now we have the dumb platforming levels with, walking over switches and this, that, and the other thing. Boop-a-doo-boo, Yep. Getting treasure chest this. I don't know, that was kind of annoying. And now you're back in the Garden of Eden, honey, talking to all of his little pixie friends. They're saying it's like, oh, Galleon's not such a bad guy, right? Sometimes he just has these moments, right? And that sort of thing. They pretty much make it obvious that, he's just like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just drawn that way. With Galleon's magic. And now I guess she's powerful enough to supersede him as well, but still useless. How very not convenient. Ah, you know, it's like taking pot shots at them. It's like, fire a shot across their nose. I said across it, not up it. Yeah, that's right. What are you gonna do? Fucking attack his massive tank with your sword or something? Yeah, the Polish tried to do that during the Second World War. It didn't work out very well for them. Or maybe that was the First World War. I don't know. They've pretty much had cavalry for most of the 20th century. I think that's so fucking funny how it's like, ah, Galleon, of course, wants them to succeed, right? But it's like Zophar, he should have known right then and there because he is pretty much omnipotent. He can just randomly chime up and destroy things, right? He's sort of like the Guardian in the Ultima universe. I'm just like, hey, your favorite little poster child, he's 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 disturbing your shit, buddy. He's disturbing your shit, and you're just letting it happen underneath your nose. All of your problems could have been ended, even by Leo himself, and that was thwarted by your own fucking employee. You'd think you'd have the fucking intellect to work this through his thick fucking skull. I don't know. Maybe he can't move around a whole lot. He is, after all, made of stone, like a giant snake coming out of the sky, for whatever reason. Now we're in the snow village, because we need to have one of those all the time. I mean, the fucking snow animation just gets in the way. It's fucking annoying. Looks like I'm playing video games on channel 4 when it's set to channel 3. I don't know. So this is I remember this was one of the hardest parts. Like everything was so slow. Like I just kept on having to grind levels at this point in this fucking ice environment that I was just like, Jesus Christ, I had to take a break from this game. This was the last time that I had played it, not this time necessarily. So again, I gotta say, this point in the game was really, really hard to get through. I don't know, there was a problem with the tape I was recording on. I had to record this little, the video for. I had to record like the first 10 minutes several times because there was some kind of corruption in the tape. I don't know. Like if I play it back on certain VCRs, it wouldn't play back properly, or like I had to put in a different tape to kind of like recalibrate the video heads or something. I don't know. Again, this is again, I am in my late 20s. I have regularly used VCRs throughout my life until like the 2010s or something. But still, this point was a pain in the ass. Again, it's all a learning experience, right? Because I mean, again, these tapes, to be honest, I think they were like throwaways from like the last closing Blockbuster Rogers Video in the city, because I found them in a dumpster outside where my old work was, and they were movies like 48 Hours or Diamonds Are Forever or Mr. Deeds and shit like that. So I thought, these are kind of interesting. I found an original copy, a VHS copy of the as unedited version of Star Wars as is possible, the 1995 VHS release, sort of like the last. It's like, we'll release the original Star Wars trilogy one last time, and I thought, ominous. He's fucking warning us because it goes to shit after that. But no, yeah, so I gathered them all up and I took them home with me. And again, I just kind of had them hanging around the apartment for a while, and I didn't know what the hell to do with them. So in the end, I just decided, hey, I'll watch them and then I'll use them to record video game footage. And that's what I did. Right? So that's how it works. So you beat White King Kong, and now everything seems to be good. I don't know how a massive ape could cause a gigantic snowstorm or anything like that. Maybe if Harambe was still alive, he could solve global warming or something. But he's fucking dead, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. I think it's funny because I honestly believe, going off on a tangent here, nobody would have fucking known what that creature was. And yes, it was just a gorilla, because it was. That's what it is. It's just a gorilla. A dog is a dog, a cat is a cat, a gorilla is a gorilla, and nobody would have known who Harambe was outside of the people who regularly went to the zoo and the staff who operated the zoo if that whole situation did not happen. Unfortunate, definitely, but every everybody's blowing it out of proportion, and it's really fucking lame. But yeah, no, back to the story here. You have a whole fucking Goose Chase story where there's some stupid dumb broad who doesn't remember that she's the mother of this child and just decides to stay there. So it's sort of like Stockholm syndrome or something, or maybe it isn't. I don't really care. But so yeah, I think it's funny how you just walk again. You're walking on the world map, so it could be the equivalent of like a 3 days walk or something. But it's snow and then temperate environment. There's no permafrost, there's no boreal forest or anything like that. It's just rolling grasslands outside of the mountains. And then there you are back in Maribia, and Ramus's store is still there, and everybody in Ramus's family is named Ramus because it's just like in the fucking Cobra the Space Adventure, where all the Duckmen are named Duck and they all look alike. And this is the same thing with the fucking Ramus family. Everybody looks the same. In fact, they even use the same damn sprite. And boy, I should have adjusted the tracking control in this video. Getting a little bit of screen garbage up at the top there. Again, I encode most of this at night, so I just hopefully assume that all the videos are okay. So yeah, again, even while doing this, I can sometimes look at a video and say, oops, oops, should have fucking did that better. I am working on my setup to try and connect it directly up to my PC, so if I play a game on a console, I can transfer it directly to the PC digitally. But then again, if I want to play anything on my PC, I have really no way of encoding the footage, and I'm not going to drop any money for like fraps or again, it's like these are memories that are 10 years old because I tried doing this way back in the day. It was like maybe 2007, and I was thinking of, you know, being my own kind of video game reviewer like the AVGN or Noah Antweiler or anything like that. And I was going to review Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure on the Sega CD, and I had actually gotten so far as to record some footage and me speaking about the game. But I thought, I kind of look like a little douchebag doing this, and I didn't think that I had anything to add to the YouTube scene. And I think it's funny how, I only started actually doing this maybe 2 years ago or something. Uh, you know, at a time when everything is so oversaturated and there's so many more fucking YouTube channels that do this shit. So I think, maybe I should have gotten the wiggle on at that point. Then again, I didn't have all the resources that I have now back then, right? So, what can you do? Don't complain about the past. It's all in the past, right? But back to the task at hand. All right, Maribia, yeah, dicking around buying armor and everything here. Beedly beedly boo, beedly beedly boo. And we're going to see Lun's famous dojo. I thought that, really? Lun's dojo? Is this not Maribia? I thought that, fucking Master Mel was here. I have no idea. So Master Mel, even though you can hear his voice over and over and over again, it's like, yep, that's right. It's that fucker. It's the fucking Shadow Dragon cult or whatever it is. Um, So, yeah, let's go waste time talking to him, and, him and Jean will have shit to say to each other. He's a terrible person, and he stands right before me, and it's really obvious, but I'm still a ditz anyway, so who the fuck cares? I still have nightmares and everything. I remember it so clearly, but sepia-toned again, because that's how memories work, I guess they wanted it to be a little more colorful than black and white. I will make sure that this never happens again. I will kill him, even though I renege on that promise often, and I actually don't kill him, even after I have beaten him and everything, because I have realized that the weight of the warrior is the power inside you. It is not whether or not you take a life, but it is about life. Don't you remember? Mortal Kombat is about life. God, that was fucking stupid. But, mega careful. God damn, that's such a fucking stupid 90s bullshit. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. It's fucking Null, even though we don't know that yet. Uh, and then there's this guy here. I don't know, he's able to shapeshift himself into a human now, even though that was never ever discussed before. Uh, yeah, and then we go up to Taven's Peak and meet all of his little friends there. Crazy scaffolding. Oh yeah, that's right. They beat the heroes of the game by throwing acorns at them. There are no words. Fucking ridiculous. So yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, and then you get your asses kicked there. Then you get kidnapped by them. God, you're fucking useless, honestly. All your yeah, that's right. Oh no, a net. Fuck. Guess you can't reach Luke's lightsaber or something. So there there you are in the jail. And now it's time to talk to all these fucksticks here. God, there's a lot of talking in this game again. Yeah. So, oh jeez, the fucking Shadow Dragon cult is here. They're kidnapping everybody. You're a fucking dragon and all. Why don't you fucking protect them? I don't know. Oh, didn't Galleon steal his dragon aura or something? Even though he can still transform into a cat, so I don't know what that is. It's like, I thought, you were born a dragon and you didn't necessarily need a dragon aura. I don't know. Again, another Deus Ex Machina sort of thing. Let's get a move on, shall we? Now you're back in the Maribia sewers, my god, it's the same fucking game over again. And then, oh yeah, that's right. She kicks off his mask and everything, and the guy just so happens to be able to hide his face. I think, is it not suspicious that Master Lun is entirely absent when the leader of the cult is not to be seen either? How very, very strange. Come on, put it together, fuckwit. Seriously. No, so of course, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You're back at the Cave of Trials and everything. I don't know why you have to go through there again. You've already proved your magic capabilities, and of course, it's a dilapidated mess. I thought I was in Detroit, honestly. Maybe Baltimore. But, no, so this is the shithole that is Old Vane. Uh, Buying a whole bunch of useless shit, and then there's Borgin without his cutscene, and he's just, ha ha, I'm a fucking piece of shit. But, and I don't know, you know, her, Lemia or Lamina or whatever her fucking name is, her mom's a fucking twat, honestly, being taken in by this fucker. Um, I don't know. So, and this is, on top of the Vane's Magic Guild is where you have your epic showdown with Galleon, who actually doesn't want you to to fail. Uh, so you give Lamina a little pep talk to hey, you got some serious bucking up to do there, little lady. Let's fucking get this shit done. Let's do this diarrhea. Oh no. It's like I guess we could swim across. We could or we could camp and I guess because I guess that's a useless proposal. I mean, we can fucking jump 20 feet in the air and slice people open with our swords, but I guess wading through maybe 10 feet of water is just too much work for you? Oh. I have no idea. Jesus Christ there, I think Ruby's in a coma there, eh? Then you have some wacky cutscene with Lucia, and it's like, I've learned shame. It's like fucking Adam and Eve or something after Eve ate the apple. Well, they then gave the apple to Adam, and then they were cast out of Eden, and now they hate each other and they have shame because the original sin was eating the apple. Blah. Whatever. So now I don't know if it's like, are you in Pentagoulia or something, or are you just in some stupid place with like a false church with a fake Althena? And it's like they keep talking about this weird fire that's glowing in her hand or something, and fire keeps raining down and killing people and shit like that. I'm just like, fuck, that's pretty heavy stuff, man. Oh yeah, that's a great fight or something. Uh, and now again, your guys get their asses kicked by a bunch of fucking grunts and Leo, saviors of the world. My fucking ass. They're all tied up and everything, but oh no, it's the Monty Python's Flying Circus. No, it's fucking Zofar. He's just like, oh no, but it's still that fucking bitch, cause I'm so smart, even though it couldn't be because, the bitch is right there, not able to do anything. And honestly, if he had her right there, if he thought, like, there's fucking fire raining down from the sky, if he thought she was the problem, slice her head off and see what happens, right? I mean, it's fucking stupid. So I mean, you run up there, and then the priests are evil demonic Satan worshippers, and they've got like an upside down pentagram. I guess that's what a pentagram is, though. But it's like, why don't you fucking slit their throats or stab them in the ear or something? How about you stop it instead of just, oh, now you have to fight Moltres or something. And then everything's okay except for all the people who died. And then there's Maori. Please don't do this, Maori. No, I am so completely fulfilled in my evil. I cannot listen to you anymore. Oh no, but it turns out I'm not fully evil yet. Blargity blur. Farewell, Ronfar, as I teleport away, because that's not always been done before in these fucking games. But teleport away. But no, so back aboard the dragon ship Destiny again. The location hopping. You're backtracking, and then fucking Lucia's all pissed off when you're only trying to be nice to her, and maybe she's on the rag or something because you have been with her for a while. Maybe this is her time of the month. I don't know. Hero, look! Is that Pentaculia? It's barely bigger than the ship on the world map. I thought that the PlayStation had higher resolution than that, and there's Galleon doing nothing. Boy, he's tall compared to everybody else. He must be a giant. Valis 2 reference. But so yeah, this is a gigantic pain in the ass where you need to go through 4 separate towers and get your characters back because they're having some sort of moral dilemma, each one of them, that's like confronting their history and each one's respective antagonist, right? I think it's Lamina with Borgin, uh, Jean with Lun, Ronfar with fucking I can't even remember Leo's sister. I can't even remember her name now. And then who else was it? Somebody else. Um, yeah, there's Ronfar with Maori. That's her name, Maori, like the birds that existed in New Zealand at one point. I can't live without you. Ah, you're toiling. Look at how poetic I am. Blah 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 blah. Now it's time for the blue tower, where it's you just again like a doorway away. But no, you have to go through the fucking cellar and through all the stairs, and you have to fight all these people because, for Christ's sakes, the Shadow Dragon cult. There you go, Shadow Dragon cult. Um, Yarpity Darp. No, who else is there? Funny how. Why is Lucia with you again? Fuck. I don't know. Ah, there's Leo. And again, there's Lucia. Why don't you stop her now, Leo? You're such an idiot anyways. And then, there's... You're not Althena. Heresy! Blasphemy! False prophet! Skin her alive! Yeah, this is kind of weird, right? It's like, Galleon wants you to succeed, but then again, he fucking kicks Lucia's ass while she tries to destroy the evil Althena. And again, I don't. It would have been better to figure out the actual identity of the fake Althena. It's just like, but you had promised me eternal youth and beauty. So far, don't don't leave me, blargity blurg. So at this time, I had to disable my cheats because I had to allow Galleon to kill me because it was one of those battles ever present in Japanese RPGs that you are destined to lose. Blargity blurg. Nor will I be a twisted little attack dog, even though I just sort of was a twisted little attack dog right now. I'm useless anyways. You're hurt. It's but a scratch. That I don't think that comes. Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess Hero's he's fucking badass. He fucking cuts Galleon's cheek. Now it's fucking personal, even when it isn't. Uh, And I think it's funny how it can't Ruby just fly through the electrical. Oh no, yeah. You have a little Myster guy. I don't know. Leo has like some kind of existential crisis. I don't know. Maybe he's having like a midlife mental problem or something. Uh, he's a very strange person. He's not written very well, if you ask me. He's insane. Uh, and again, I say that he should have been more active in the storyline again. Uh, but it's like I looked at his stats and everything. It's just like, can't unequip him. You can't customize him. Doesn't look like his stats go up a whole lot when he gains a level. So waste of time, right? I guess that's your little trial and tribulation, right, with Galleon or something. I don't even know if you're supposed to be a descendant of the original Dragon Master. I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. It's so fucking old and lost in antiquity. Next video, number 6. Next video. I don't know if I'm going to do every single video. I'm just kind of clicking through here and getting ideas for this sort of thing. You molded me into what? An emotional wreck who's running from a past I don't understand? Blah. Yeah, well, life isn't fair, lady, so deal with it. I mean, like, fuck, honestly. You're not the only one who's felt pain. Jesus. Okay, so, what a drama queen. Uh, so then, there you go. You get out of the crazy city, and now it's time for Galleon calling the shots at Lucia. Bwahaha. I can't believe it. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm gonna run away and not stop what's going on because I'm a fucking moron. Then here you are, basically at the end of the game, and you're teleported away from everywhere by Galleon, because I don't know, like I don't know why Zophar just doesn't fucking stop Galleon right the fuck now. Yeah, that's right. So you're teleported away by Galleon, who then gets a pep talk from Zophar, and I don't know. Zophar's kind of an idiot, He's just like, wait, I can still turn this around and make it look like I'm in control, even though I actually am, and I could solve my problem immediately. But I don't because, that's not what the plot demands. So, blah ha 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 ha. Anyways. So, and we're back in Tabin's Peak. Oh, wait, it was not Galleon, it was fucking Null who used his dragon wings. I thought he didn't have any more powers, and the dragon wings are useless compared to what they were in the original game, because all they do is teleport you out of dungeons instead of wherever you want to go. You have to fucking walk everywhere, because this is 500 years in the future, and things should be better, but they're not. So, Galleon fucking comes over there, and he rapes him of his magic power. You pig! Whoa, buddy, this is teen. Watch the language. So, after having a pep talk from old Mr. Null, you're back on the dragon ship with old Leo. And, this would be a great time for him to join, but, he's a fucking little bitch, and he's an emotional emo piece of shit, like Spider-Man in the third movie, and he fucks off to do nothing important. And you're back in fucking god damn it, this game is so much like the original. Jesus Christ, I mean, it's like there's no copyright infringement, but I mean they lifted so much from the original fucking game. And again, here's another fucking part of the game where you need to have these fucking ogre guys smash into the ice walls to get your way through the damn ice cavern. It's fake. It's a fucking phony. You're nothing but a phony. So you defeat the White Fiend, and it's null because I don't know. The White Dragon Crystal, and he looks really fucking goofy as a dragon. I don't know. So now it goes on a treasure hunt to beat all of these four little fuckers who have been giving you such a hard time: Lun, Borgin, uh, Maori, and I guess Althea or whoever it is at this point. Uh, so now you're going to have yourself a martial arts competition where you fight a whole bunch of eclectic bastards who are entirely useless and have no real bearing on society. It's just like they killed him because they're actually evil and evil people kill people. I know, right? So now we have to fight. We have to fight. And then, yeah, at this point, since I have all my characters leveled up to level 99, I basically just keep on pummeling them to death with a single turn, right? It's my heart. It's my soul that I use and not my anger. Wait a second. No, isn't it like putting your emotions into your fighting? It's like I think that's what they're talking about here. It's like it goes against every other principle in every other game or movie universe, where it's like you're supposed to not have emotion when you fight. But whatever. So now this guy who has tortured so many people and murdered so many people. Don't worry. I've realized the wrongs I've made, and I'm a changed man now. Fuck you. You're a terrible person. You killed people. You deserve the death penalty. You deserve to die. Fuck you. No, that's fucking terrible. Uh, so then now you immediately go to the Blue Dragon, which is also in, I don't know, I guess a water fortress or something. And again, I was talking about this in the last video, how he's like a fucking stoner or something. He's like if Mitch Hedberg was a fucking dragon or something. That's the blue dragon right there. And then, oh my god, it's the fucking dragon ship Destiny. It's supposed to have fucking Althena's power, and fucking Borgin just zaps a fucking laser cage around it, and it's fucking useless now. Try firing the dragon cannon at it, for will it fucking reflect and fucking bounce off everywhere like in the fucking trash compactor scene in the original Star Wars? I don't know. Now you're walking around this fucking mine where the guys go like, "Woo!" God, it's fucking annoying. And the bigger guys look like a fucking demented egg version of Mr. Pennybags from Monopoly. I'm not even sure if that's his name. Pennywise? I don't even know. Oh yeah, so this is the thing here. It's like in Neo vein or something where it's like Hero. I don't know why Ruby is either. Hero, Ruby, Lemina or whatever her name is, and Lucia. They can all. Oh no, the two of you are not allowed to enter Neo vein, and you are also not allowed to leave through this. Okay, so again, it's like, I mean, I guess maybe not necessarily Jean, but again, it's like Ronfar is a priest. He has healing magic. If that's not magic, I don't know what is. That made no fucking sense to me, right? But yet they let fucking Hero through or something, and he has way less magic. I mean, all of his magic is offensive with his sword, right? I mean, that made no fucking logical sense to me, right? Aegus. What do you mean selected? What the fuck is this? I'm the fucking greedy ass bitch who only wants money, but even this boils my blood. I don't know, it's fucking stupid. So you have to go back and fucking find your guys because they're such great people. And you have to run, and watch and learn. Wow, you're so much more useful than fucking Lucia, the alien or not an alien from a different world, or maybe not a different world, because I still don't know where you were when you fucking met her. And then there's Borgin, who you have to fight. Blargity blargity blurg. All right, now it's time for Borgin's ass to be beaten into the ground, and you just keep on fucking wailing on him because I have endless turns, don't you know? And then Neovane gets destroyed, even though it's like, oh, it was the black dragon crystal that was, keeping it afloat. Well, the black dragon crystal is still around, so I don't know why it falls to the ground anyways. And if Borgin didn't have any magical power, how could it have been transmitted through him? He's not a conduit in any way, you know. Um, it's just like, hey, I absolutely hated your guts and I wanted you to die, but hey, it's all okay. We're all, we're all citizens of the blue of Lunar, right? We're all good guys. We can be friends. Some worthless fucking bullshit like that. I don't know. Yeah, and then there's the Black Fiend there. Is that what they call it? Yeah, Black Fiend. Looks like a fucking messed up kind of obsidian colored ant-eating motherfucker. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Then the black dragon with yellow wings who looks like a bumblebee. And now you're in the town with Maori. Do do do. 7 of 10. This is gonna be a long one. Fuck, if only I could watch this any faster. I'm kind of blazing through it at 4x speed. If I was doing this through Cyberlink, I could watch it at 16x. Then again, it'd just blast by me and I'd fucking miss everything. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Katarina Zone. And you have to go through this massive fucking building. I don't even know why it's here. With all these teleporters and everything. God, what a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, it seems that a shit ton of people are like under the power of Maori and they're all a bunch of assholes or something like that. And it's like, I actually have to say that this part of the game, this hit me hard, honestly, where it's like, it goes back through, the history of Ronfar and Maori and everything. I thought, to be honest, compared to everything else that I've said, this I thought was masterfully done, even though it's mainly through in-game graphics. I thought that, walking by, the sort of shining little flares in the darkness and then viewing, powerful emotional memories from their past, only to have them continually destroyed by the evil that is Zophar's blood and everything. That I'll be 100% honest. That was important to me there. Yeah, so that had an effect. So bravo on that part there. But now you're fighting a massive 7-headed dragon with a fucking anus in its chest. So that's how that works, I guess. And it gets really obvious as to what you're supposed to do. Just attack the heads, right? And then, Ronfar basically just says, "You're not Maori. You're not Maori." He's got the fucking easy job, right? Oh, my sweet Ronfar. "You're not Maori again." "No, wait, I'm the actual real one." "Ah, dead." Then he ends up getting his worthless ass kicked. Wahaha. If I were stronger. If I were stronger. That's why he became a priest, right? He wanted to become strong. Not like a warrior or anything like that. "Worthless. I shall crush it. No, your humanity is fading away." Or whatever kind of creature you are, I don't know necessarily. And then you defeat the dragon, and Mr. Ronfar goes through his memories, and I think you can actually interact in this one. Then you have to go and talk to Maori. "No, come home with me. Love me." And then they have another moment from the original Star Trek movie where, V'ger and the other guy kind of combine each other and create a new creature. I mean, it's exactly the same. They embrace each other and then they explode into a tower of light. But, whatever. You get shit done whatever way you can, I guess. Now you're in the Red Dragon Cave, which is, of course, fire. It's fire-oriented. You're in a volcano. And then you... Is that the red fiend? It's more white than anything else. I don't know. It's really strange. Then you find the Red Dragon, who turns out to be Ruby. I mean, who the fuck else would it be? Get rid of that bow. You look ridiculous. "I will listen to what's in my heart." Fuck. Come on. It wasn't that hard for fucking Null to accept. Quit being a bitch. Calling a female cat a bitch, I'm not even sure if that functions there. But then again, you use the fucking white dragon wings for whatever pseudo-useful purpose they have. "Forgive me, Master Zophar. I apologize. The dragons have been revived. Help!" There are a couple funny outtakes with that. But, for I am all through up. Yeah. So then, Galleon fucking calls the shots at her, and now you're back out, and you're at Sarek or something, Sarek Palace or whatever. Well, fucking get moving, shithead. There you go. And at this point, I found it really difficult to navigate my way around because I mean, you're not always sure where the dragon ship destiny can go. I mean, you kind of have to go up these ramps, and you're not sure if whether or not you can go over trees or in between mountain ranges. You have to make sure that you have enough space to go through there. And again, sometimes you kind of have to wiggle the cruiser through these little angles and everything. And I gotta tell you, for as popular a game as this is, there are not a whole lot of resources like maps or anything around there. I usually go to RPG Classics, the Shrine, whatever it's called. Um, but fuck, believe me, honestly, that site is practically dead. A lot of the links don't work, and the fucking walkthrough is half finished. So thank you very much for that there. So that was a giant pain in the ass. I usually went to the RPG shrines because they had pictorial walkthroughs, but didn't really have the ability to do that at this point now, did we? So yeah, at this point I'm at 7, maybe halfway through the video, and I'm just bumping around the place. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, where the fuck do I go? Honestly, this is why I want really good quality walkthroughs here. So I think finally I find my way there. Zophar, and then Galleon's there. What are you doing here, Derpider? And yeah, you have a fight again, but it's a useless fight because it's scripted in any way. Then Lucia calls upon the. Lucia's a fucking moron. Did I tell you that? Yeah. And yeah, that's right. She she could have fucking she could have solved the problem in every way, shape, or form, but she had her fucking emotions clouding her mind, so she is entirely fucking useless and gets herself captured, as is fucking ever so commonplace. It's a stereotype. This entire thing is a fucking stereotype, honestly. And now it's time for assault, I guess. Everybody's zombies now. I don't know. Walking through the destroyed ruins. And then you're in the hyper reactor core. Toward the blue star. Channeling magic back to the blue star. It's a terraform it or something, like Sid Meets terraforming. Ah, now we have stock footage from the first part of the game there. Vlad the Impaler was popular at that point, I guess. Oh, everybody turns into zombies, but then Althena comes around, fucking heals everything, because that's how it works, Women with their love and kindness and bullshit like that. And fucking obliterates all those innocent monsters, man. They're fucking refugees, man. It's like their homeland was destroyed. They they deserve respect. They deserve respect. Give them their land back. Is something wrong? You bet something's fucking wrong. Everybody's at level 99 and I fucking love it. So we go up to the fucking tower now and there's Galleon. Lucia, my life ends here. Whatever the fuck that means. Everything should be mine. Then you fight her and she turns into what happens? I will give you eternal beauty by transforming you into a giant fucking scorpion monster. It's sort of like Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, I guess, in that she's a scorpion and not a snake. But hey, what can you do, if you're blue skinned, at least, that's one thing that's similar. But, so yeah, here we go through this tower. It's set up exactly the same as the Blue Spire anyways, right? So there's Null, and then what happens? is there's the cutscene where an old decrepit Althena says, "You've been fucking alone for the last 5 centuries. What do you think of that shit?" And it's like it fucking rocks her world and everything, and turns into a little babby, which becomes Luna. Derpader. That's what happens there. Why do people have blue hair in these games? Or like green hair? That never made any sense. I don't know. Blargity blurg, blargity blurg. Everything I fought for is worth nothing. Oh well, let's have beers. We can't defeat so far. Let's completely give up because that's totally in my character to do. And this is when she tries to fucking start shit with Zophar and ends up fucking everything up because she's a dumb twat. She's fucking Lot's wife. Oh, she turned back and looked at her friends. Oh boy, did she get salted. That's right. I gotta tell you there. Blah. Yeah, really low quality CG there. My brother was telling me that they found it difficult to animate an 8-armed octopus in like the new Finding Nemo movie, like Finding Nora or something. And then here, fuck, it's like a giant intestine like swallowing up a giant turd. And I think here we are in like 1999 of the year 2000, and this fucking crazy creature has like 40 tentacles, and they all seem to be animated as well as were possible back in the day. Uh, so I don't know what the fuck, the producers of Finding Nora or whatever it's called are complaining about. It's like, fuck, if they could do it on the PlayStation, you can do it on your fucking Apple Macintoshes nowadays. Get your shit together, guys. So then, I somehow I don't think that the ocean floor would look like the craters of the moon, but whatever. Yeah, seeing the in-game sprite of Zophar just makes him look fucking ridiculous now. Then there's little Lucia, and she fucks everything up, 'cause she's a dumb bitch. This is supposed to be a very tense scene, and Lamina just practically destroys it, so then, you know, Zophar's head comes out in a long fucking umbilical cock or something and yells at her. But his mouth doesn't move, so he's kind of like Hexadecimal from Reboot in that fashion. Gasp, gasp, gasp. Dragons, come to me, blargity blurg. And you fail anyways. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're fucking useless. Gasp. You showed him fear. You're fucking fucked now. And but yeah, oh yeah, so that's how she uses all of her power to save her friends. Oh boy, what a great person there she is. And now it's time to switch the discs because that was necessary at that point. Sort of like watching a Laserdisc movie. You're in the zone, you're getting into the movie, and then please turn over your Laserdisc. Fuck! And now you're back at the Magic Guild there. And then I think you're going to fight Galleon very soon. God, I hate how they for people who have accents, I hate how they write their dialogue. It just kind of makes you sound like an idiot just thinking about how it would sound in your head. And now, the epic showdown with Galleon. And then, of course, it's just continually attacking him, right? Perhaps I underestimated you a little. Blargity blurg. Ha ha ha. But we're like old Mr. Cobra. We're down, but we're not out. Until our dying breath, we will resist you. You can't defeat us, Galleon. We're bang-up guys that just can't be beat. And we've got the power of friendship and the will of the warrior. Ah. And then again, you end up kicking his ass because he just lets you win. And then he dies. And he dies. Why did you spare my life? Because you spared ours, even though we said that we wanted to defeat you just before. Yeah, and I thought, oh, come on, Galleon. Can't you have like another fucking Deus Ex Machina moment where you come and join us too? Come on, we need all the help we can. I mean, the fucking last boss battle happens like 3 times, honestly. There is no regret in my heart, but I'll give you a sword here. And I'm not even sure if that's the last sword you get in the game, so Galleon sword. Then he fucking fades away, because that's what happens. You know, it's just like, Zophar would have been like, are you kidding me? What the fuck? Just fucking obliterates the entire fucking city, killing everybody. It's like, I don't know. There's so many conveniences going on right now. And Galleon sparkles away. I guess he's a vampire from the 50 Shades of Grey series. No, that's not 50. That's Twilight. Yeah, sorry. Fuck, I'm not interested in either of those, honestly, but it just kind of clicked on in my head that it was like that. Now I guess everything is purple, even when before it was all gray, and it is gray in the cutscenes. Don't know how they could have messed that up. Aye, goose. She's becoming, she's realized her focus or something. She's becoming a fal'Cie, like in Final Fantasy 13. She's covered in crystals. And again, we have another dungeon. Then there's old Lucia, again being useless, and this weird fucking androgynous character that you're fighting who's supposed to be Zophar, even though you never actually fight the massive fucking rock obelisk that you see there. And then it's this weird person who kind of like flails his or her hands around and shit like that. That was always really weird. I never really understood that. Again, I don't know if it's a cultural thing. It's like sort of like, I don't know. I don't want to get too far into it, but lie down and await your destruction. Fatal miscalculation. Now I'm just like a disembodied dragon skull with blue hair hanging off of it. Mm. Is that like his main fucking form or something? Ah, yes. So now everything, all's well that ends well. Everybody's a friend. Let's let's fucking say our goodbyes and then take Lucia back to her blue spire so she can fuck off and lie about everything she said to you before. What a bitch. No, Lucia, don't go. Whatever. Who the fuck cares, anyways? That never even made any sense to me. I don't know why you couldn't just go back there. But don't worry, we're gonna we're gonna do what it takes because I need my punani or something like that. And then at least there's something to watch during the during the credits. And but save the memories of your adventure. Sure, why not? Yeah, like an extra 6 hours of gameplay hinging on the fact of as to whether or not people would save their game. A lot of the times people would turn off their game the second they saw the credits roll, right? So I mean, they were putting a lot of faith into people being hardcore gamers, right? And now you're back at old Grampy's place. And there are several dungeons that you can do as of this point. I'm just going to kind of gloss over this point. Um, like Lion's Head or something. I tried to get into it earlier on, but you couldn't. You go back and get all your friends and dick around with them for a while. And so you're going through all these dungeons, and a lot of them are not necessary. And the shit that you get in them would have been far more useful in the actual game itself, and not just as little rewards for wasting your time running through all these mazes and shit. Uh, oh yeah, the Rememberizer, so you can watch all the cutscenes again, herpaderp. That worked out well for me because one of my tapes stopped during the playing of a cutscene, which is an ever-present anxiety that I have while recording video game footage like this. I'm just like, how much time do I have left on the tape? Which is a lot of times why I like playing things on my computer and like on an emulator too, because I can have save states, so I can just start right back off where I left off, where the tape stopped. But so here we go. We go through a whole bunch of senseless dungeons. We have to go get the Dragon Eye again for whatever reason, because I guess it doesn't work anymore. Whatever, we have to pad out the game even though it's not really that necessary. And a lot of these dungeons are actually like, if I didn't have my cheats running, they'd be damn near impossible, because the fucking enemies are so damn hard to kill at this point. But so you're heading towards the actual damn end of the game, and dungeon, kill a massive obelisk kind of guy, and you basically, as I said, you get back to like before the illusion woods or something, and now all of a sudden you have the ability to reach this platform or something for whatever reason. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Yeah, here you are. Ah, the stairs randomly appear. It'd be funny if they were just completely fucking invisible and they just didn't decide to walk right the fuck up it. Yeah, that's right. Your mom just fucking hazarded to tell you that story. Wow. Yeah, mega meanie. Kind of like a fucking worthless twat, but whatever. Wasted all our time and risked our lives doing this. Yeah, we need 2 jewels. Why don't we just go back to the fucking Blue Spire and pry out the jewels that we put in there in the first place? I mean, we did it when we got the first Dragon Eye that we did in the opening damn cutscene. What the fuck ever, we have to keep on doing wacky shit anyways. And, you find, I don't know why this is so redundant. There's like another Blue Spire there. I don't know if it's got a different name or something, but there's another Blue Spire. It's like a fucking doppelganger building, and you say goodbye to all your friends through a cutscene, which I guess is, it's better than just having it through fucking blocky white text. But this isn't this isn't a goodbye forever, is it? Well, it turns out that time flies by way faster down here than it does up there, so I'll be up there for maybe a couple years, but you'll all be long dead by the time we come on back, so fuck off, Yeah, that's right, this is the this is a goodbye forever. Then, yeah, that's right. Again, she had all of her powers. Why didn't she just teleport you with her, right? You could have just said goodbye to your friends at this point. It would have been so much less stressful. Then there he is. Tap, tap, tap. Hey, Lucia. I'm looking at you naked. You were pissed off before when I did that, but now I guess it's A-okay. Yeah, it took me a little while to realize you were here. Duh. Hero! Blargity blurg. Come on. Get to it. Hero! There you be. Then that's the fucking end. And more credits. Gotta love that, huh? At least there's something to watch too. Oh yeah. And then for the vast majority of the credits, it's just basically a cyclical day of the Blue Star revolving around Lunar. And then the outtakes, which are somewhat entertaining. I mean, so it's fun to hear. I like outtakes when they're like actual outtakes and not like the stupid fucking bullshit outtakes where they're like they're written into the movie where it's like the characters are just the characters are in character and acting as if they're in the movie and everything. Like I guess the one that immediately comes to mind is in A Bug's Life, those little fucking outtakes that showed up during the cutscene, during the credits. That was fucking stupid. I hate that shit. But it's like actual fucking literal, natural outtakes. These can be pretty entertaining oftentimes, and I'm glad that they're there because, you know, the things that the women say are actually pretty fucking hilarious because they're like interacting with the staff on the other side of the voice acting booth. And there's actually quite a bit of them for these two games, which is a shit ton fucking more than I can say for the next game that I played, which was Magic Knight Rayearth. God, like you can read up reviews and descriptions of the games on the internet and everything, but believe me, you never know what you're getting into until you actually start playing the game. And since I record this for my YouTube channel, believe me, I had to finish that fucking game. So I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, just let this fucking game end. But you know what? I'll leave that for the next review there. So that was Lunar Eternal Blue. Maybe you guys, or if anybody ever watches my videos like this a little more than just me kind of humming and hawing and stumbling through, me just kind of reminiscing about the game. Maybe, this sort of on the fly kind of play by play of what I was doing while watching my videos was a little more entertaining. Maybe it wasn't. Hey, I'm still glad to be here, life is life, right? Well, I won't keep you anymore. Thanks for watching if anybody does. Skwatter out.